Have you ever seen someone so confident that they make you stop and stare? Suzanne Pleshette was one of those people. She was not just an actress. She was a personality, a presence, someone who could captivate a room without saying much at all. And there is one story about her that will make you want to sit back and really pay attention. Suzanne Pleshette was famous for her roles in movies and television, but what made her stand out was not just her talent. It was how she carried herself. People noticed her because she was not afraid to be herself, no matter what anyone thought. But there is one moment in her life that really shows just how bold she could be. Imagine this, a quiet evening, a camera rolling, and Suzanne Pleshette showing the world something most people would keep private. Not for attention, not for drama, but because she believed in being real. And that is exactly what makes this story unforgettable. Suzanne started acting when she was young. She had a charm that drew people in. Every role she played seemed like a piece of herself. And even though she became a household name, she never let fame change who she was. She was smart, witty, and could command attention without even trying. But the story we are talking about today is not about her career. It is about one daring moment that shocked the world. There was a time when magazines and shows wanted to portray her as the perfect Hollywood starlet. But Suzanne had a mind of her own. She did not just follow the rules, she wrote her own. And in one famous photo shoot, she showed it all. Not in a vulgar way, not to be scandalous, but in a way that said, "This is me. Take it or leave it." People who knew her said she had a special kind of confidence. She could walk into a room and instantly make you notice her, not because of what she wore, but because of the way she carried herself. That photo shoot was the perfect example. She looked straight at the camera, fearless. No hiding, no pretending. Just Suzanne, fully herself. What makes this story even more interesting is how people reacted. Some were shocked. Some were amazed. But Suzanne did not care about what everyone thought. She was not doing it for anyone else. She was doing it for herself. And that is a lesson we can all learn from. Being bold does not mean being reckless. Being confident does not mean needing approval. Suzanne Pleshette showed that you can stand out, even in a world that wants you to blend in. She was not just showing her body. She was showing her personality, her spirit, her courage. You might be wondering how she became so fearless. Part of it came from her early life. Suzanne was born in New York and faced challenges like anyone else. But she found her passion early. Acting guided her. She studied, she practiced, she worked hard. And over time, she realized that confidence comes from within. It is easy to be influenced by others, to worry about what people think. But Suzanne refused to let that hold her back. She knew her worth and expressed it in her own way. That famous photo shoot is remembered not just because it was daring, but because it reflected her truth. Friends and co-stars said Suzanne had a way of making everyone feel important. She could command attention, yes, but she could also make someone feel seen in an instant. That balance of strength and kindness made her unforgettable. And that is why even decades later, people still talk about her. Some people might look at that photo shoot and only see the surface, but if you look closer, it is about more than just the image. It is about a person embracing herself fully, without fear or hesitation. Suzanne Pleshette reminds us that true confidence is not about what others see. It is about what you know about yourself. Her story can teach us something important. We do not have to hide parts of ourselves just to fit in. We can stand proud, be honest, and show the world who we really are. Suzanne did it with charm, wit, and courage, and that is what makes her story so special. Even now, when people remember her, it is not just for a role she played or a show she starred in. It is for her spirit, her boldness, and the way she lived her life fully, on her own terms. That photo shoot is a symbol of all that she stood for. So next time you feel unsure about being yourself, think of Suzanne Pleshette. She showed it all, not just in one moment, but in everything she did. And that, maybe more than anything else, is what makes her unforgettable. She did not ask for approval. She did not wait for permission. She simply lived as herself, and that is the kind of story that stays with you forever.